Hello and good day to all my dear students. Now this is a worksheet which I have prepared from the chapter we have completed till now, and this is question number 1. In question number 1, first question is regarding our chapter banking, in which you are given 10% rate of interest and maturity value. You have to find how much the person deposit per month. It means you want to find the value of P, principal, which we put in our formula. So students, you have to first use your maturity formula, and then you have to solve using SI formula for this question. Now second question number 2 is solve the following inequation and write the solution set and represent it on the number line. So in this question you are given in equation, you can see it is x belongs to r, means the number line is you are drawing for real number, and you have to solve first half part and then half part by taking less or equal to sign and strictly less than sign, and whatever the value you find you have to represent on a number line. Now there is question number 3, which is of probability chapter. We have studied very first chapter, and in this probability chapter this is about card problem. So black card you have to find out. So as you know, in a deck of 52 cards, half are black and half are white, red. So black cards, how many you have to write down using your probability knowledge. Then you have to find red queen. So how many red queens in a deck of 52 cards you have to write, and using probability you have to write in a fraction. Then jack of clubs, clubs how many are there, and then you all know that 13 are of each. As you know, 4 types of different signs are there, like hearts, then clubs, then spade. Okay, so likewise you can write down jack of club, and not a heart, means out of the cards how many are not a heart. You have to write its probability. You will get 4 marks for that. So this is your question number 1, students. You have to understand this is of 3 type of paper style as our question paper board pattern, and you have to solve compulsory all these questions 3 and for 4 marks. Here in this video I am only explaining you the questions related to the different chapters. In next video I will solve and give you the answers so that you can check your answers whether it is correct or not. Question number 2, question first. Given A, that is matrix A, matrix B and matrix C were given, find the matrix X such that A plus 2x is equal to 2B plus C. So first of all you can solve your right hand side, students. Then for X you can choose x1, x2 and x3, x4 or A, B, C, D, anything you like. You can take the variables and solve it out. And you get your x value by taking A on the other side. Then number 2 of question number 2 is if x minus 2 is a factor of the expression 2x cube plus ax square plus bx minus 14, and when the expression is divided by x minus 3. So here when it is given it is a factor, means you can substitute your value x as 2. And it is always 0. Factor means it will end at 0, and when the expression is divided by x minus 3 it leaves a remainder 52, means by substituting value x equal to 3 in this expression you will write is equal to 52 as you are given the remainder as 52. And by these 2 different expressions and solving it by using simultaneous linear equations, you will get your A and B value, and you will get full marks if you get both the values correctly. Then you will get full marks here. Now moving on, question number 2, third number, that is draw histogram from the following frequency distribution and find the mode from the graph. Students, we have studied about histogram in standard 9th also and standard 10th also. You have to first draw the graph, or you have to take the scale on x-axis like 0, 5, 5 gaps, 0 to 5, 5 to 10. There is no gaps in between these numbers as we are drawing histogram. And on the y-axis you will find frequency. You have to write the frequencies. The lowest number is 2 and the highest is 18. So from 2 to 18 you can choose your scale by yourself and you have to draw histogram. There is no need to put the kink here because our first class starts from 0, so we do not put any kink and we start from the 0 onwards only. And you have to see here which is the highest frequency, 18. So in that bar you have to draw your mode, and you can find mode as per the method you are already taught. You will get 4 marks for the correct mode. Question number 3, students, this is ratio and proportion chapter question. If p is equal to 4xy upon x plus y, then find the value of. Okay, so in this, first of all you will split this 4xy as 2x and 2y. So first of all, after splitting this, I'll take this 2x in the denominator of p. So p upon 2x is equal to 2y upon x plus y, and then by componendo and dividendo you will get your p plus 2x value and p minus 2x value. And in the next form you will split the same 4xy, but we will take 2y in the denominator of p in the cross way, and then you will take componendo and dividendo and you will get the another value, and then from this first value and second value you will add them both. So whatever the value you find, that is your answer. So this is for 4 marks, students. So you have to take care by simplification and get the proper value. Now second number is find the value of k for which the following quadratic equations have real and equal roots. So as you know, for real and equal roots, first of all you have to find the discriminant. So in that discriminant you will take d is equal to b square minus 4ac. A, B, C values you will get from the equation given in the question, and you will find your d is equal to 0. You will take y because it is given real and equal roots, means discriminant is always 0, and then you will take value of k. You will find value of k as your a value is 2k, that is the coefficient of x square. All the students, you all know that how to write a, b, c values from the quadratic equations. So for the correct value of k you will get 3 marks over here. Now next question number 3 is for prove the identity, that is of our trigonometrical table chapter we have studied, students. So here you have to show left hand side is equal to right hand side. So as you know and as you can see the question, we will start from our left hand side. First of all you can change this tan and cots in sine and cos form first. Then you have to take the LCM in the denominator and then simplification on the left hand side. So you will come at the end of cos A plus sine A. Then question number 4. So question number 4, number 1 is a year ago the father was 8 times as old as his son, and now his age is the square of his son's age. Find their present ages. So whenever this type of question, students, you have to first take what you have to find out, means let the father's age be x and his son age is y, or as you can take by the given things, and using quadratic equation you have to solve that father was 8 times as old as his son. So father is x, so is equal to x is equal to 8y, or like that you have to put the value. Then number 2, that is prove that type of question. In that also you will solve LHS is equal to RHS. So through that tan and sec you have to convert in sin and cos. So after simplification you will get your right hand side, students. This way trigonometrical tables as we have solved, you will get, if LHS RHS correctly, you will get 3 marks complete. If you have not used your identity or something, you have not correctly done, I think LCM or something, then you will not get the full marks, but you will get the marks up to how much you have done correctly, the steps you have done correctly. For that you will definitely get the marks. So don't leave the questions if you find it difficult or if you don't know. You know, however, you have to solve it. Now third number of this question is, following is a distribution of earnings of 200 workers in a flour mill. So here in the table you are given monthly wages in rupees and number of workers. So estimate the average earnings of the workers using step deviation method. So here you have to use step deviation method. We have already studied. You have to again go through the method, students. First, how you will write? First you have to draw the table, and then what is our step deviation means, after different steps you will get the mean of this question. So first of all, first is classes, then number of workers, that is frequency. Then what do you have to take? Assumed mean. Assumed mean from x column. So x, what is x column means? That is your upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2, that is class mark, that is x. From that column you will take your assumed means, which is almost midway, and then you take the d value, I, everything, and then you solve it. Okay, so if you get your mean correct, then you will get 4 marks full. And if you do not do it completely correct, means somewhere you make mistakes in calculations, so however you have done correctly you will get the marks. So you have to solve, students, and also learn the formulas again. If you do not remember, go through the formulas and go through it again. Question number 5 is first one, Mrs. Sheila Sareen deposited. This is our banking question, very easy. 1500 is the principal given here, and 9 months, that is the time period, and she gets 675 as interest at the time of maturity, means interest is already given. You have to find the rate of interest, and it is also given that interest is calculated at the end of each month. Also you have to find the maturity value. So students, you should first remember the formula SI and also the maturity value. Okay, so after getting the correct answers you will get full 3 marks. Now next question 2, that is of solve the inequation and represent the solution set on the number line, that is inequalities chapter. So for that, as you know, first of all you have to check that what x belonging to. Here it is x belongs to I, and I means that is set of integers. Now first you will take the half part, minus 3 plus x less or equal to part, and then 8x by 3 plus 2 then less or equal to part. You have to solve it separately and draw on the number line. So students, in that way you have to take integers, means only the negative numbers 0, and the positive numbers, means whatever the value or the solution set you find out, you have to draw the dark dots on the particular numbers, not the dark line, because this is not x belongs to R, this is x belongs to I, integers. Take care. Next question is find the value of k if x minus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 2x square minus kx plus 10. Hence determine whether x plus 5 is also factor. So here students, we all know that x minus 2 is a factor, means x is equal to 2 value you have to take and put in this our polynomial, and is equal to 0. Why is equal to 0? Because it is a factor, means the remainder will be 0, and then you will get your k value very easily. Also, whatever the value you get from k, that you have to substitute in that expression, and then you have to take x is equal to -5 and write whether it is a factor or not. You have to check that by substituting x equal to -5, do you get value 0 or not. If it is 0, it is a factor. If it is not 0, it is not a factor. So you have to give the answer accordingly. If you get 0, then yes, it is a factor. If you do not get answer 0, then you have to say no, it is not a factor, like that question. So for that 2 marks it is divided. You can see that first part, if you do correctly, you will get 2 marks, and the other half part, if you do correctly, you will get other 2 marks. Likewise, the marks is divided stepwise. Now next question, question number 6. The marks of 200 students in a test were recorded as follows. Means here in the table you are given marks and number of students. Marks are given 10 to 19, 20 to 29. Means it is which type of frequency distribution you have to understand, whether it is inclusive or exclusive. And then you have to draw the cumulative frequency table. Means you have to draw a table in which you have to correct this boundaries first. By using your adjustment factor, that is 0.5, you will just correct your boundaries first, and you have to draw the ogive. Ogive you have already studied, the upper limits you have to draw, and the frequency you have to draw in y-axis and upper limits on the x-axis. Likewise, you will put the dot and draw a free hand curve, that is ogive. Do not use scale, student, it is strictly not allowed. Then you have to find the median value. For this, you know, formula is n by 2. Some students are using n plus 1 by 2, but that is not correct. For drawing ogive, strictly we are using n by 2 formula, and by n by 2 whatever the value you get, you have to draw accordingly in your graph. Also, there is another question, that is your number of the students who score more than 35% marks. So students, the marks are on the x-axis. So from the x-axis you will take 35 and you draw the straight vertical line which you will meet at your ogive, and then again draw horizontal line. So likewise, whatever the value you find, that is the number of students who score more than 35%. Okay. Then number 2 of question 6 is on matrix chapter, that is 3 matrices you are given A, B and C. Here in the question you have to find the value of a square plus ac minus 5b. So for a square, you all know a multiply a we are finding using our multiplication of matrix. Then ac we will find, that is again multiplication of matrix a multiply c, and then minus 5b means minus 5 is a scalar quantity. We will multiply it with b, and after all we find our all the solution of a square plus ac minus 5b by altogether adding and subtracting it accordingly. So if you get the correct matrix of in the answer, you will get full 3 marks of this question. Number 3 of question 6 is 2 coins are tossed once. This is our probability question and coin question. Find the probability of getting 2 heads and at least 1 tail. So students, here when 2 coins are tossed once, means what are the chances? It may be HH, HT, TH and TT. 4 chances are there. So 2 heads when we get only once, no, HH. Then so what is the probability out of 4? 1 by 4. I have already solved it for you. And at least 1 tail means there is at least 1. So 3 chances are there, na? HT, TH and TT. In all of them at least 1 is there. Okay. The next is question number 7. Number 1. Using the properties of proportion, solve for x. Given question is x raised to 4 plus 1 upon 2x square is equal to 17 by 8. So here we will use our componendo and dividendo property. for that on left hand side as well as on right hand side. So on left hand side, when you take componendo and dividendo, you will get one expression like x4 plus 2x square plus 1 in the numerator and x4 plus 1 minus 2x square in the denominator. And same way on the right hand side, 7 plus 8, 17 minus 8 likewise. So you have to use your expansion chapter or factorization chapter, and you get the values of x. Now question number 7, second is solve the following equation and calculate the answer correct to 2 decimal places. This is quadratic equation. For that, first of all, ABC value you have to take from this your quadratic equation. Then you will take b square minus 4ac, that is the discriminant value. And then for x you will solve. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus under root d upon 2a, that is your formula. And using it you will get your 2 roots up to 2 decimal places. Then number 3 of question 7. In that there is a prove that type of question, students. Left hand side and right hand side, as I already tell you that this is a trigonometrical tables chapter in which you can check here one value is there. So I think in this question you will put one value in tech and sec form in the numerator or either in the denominator and solve. You will get left hand side is equal to right hand side. Now the last question, question 8, students. All these questions are compulsory to solve. So in this question you have to use your shortcut method, students. So again you have to go through the chapter and just check what is the step deviation, what is the shortcut method. So you will understand. In all this also you have to write first class intervals, frequency, then x. What is x again? Class mark. And then you will take assumed mean from it, and then you find the deviation, and then you solve using your formula of shortcut method. You will get your mean. Calculate the mean. This is of 3 marks question. If you find it correctly, you will get the full marks. Number 2 is solve the equation. This is quadratic equation in which you have to take LCM all over, like x minus 3 in the denominator. So you will multiply it by 6 x plus 5. Then x plus 5, then you will multiply it by 6 x minus 3. And on the right hand side 6. So you will multiply it by x minus 3 x plus 5. First of all you will take the LCM and then simplify, and you will get the standard equation form, and then you factorize it and you will get your x values. This is the solve the equation of quadratic equation type of questions. Question number 3 of question number 8. It is the last question, 4 mark question. It is a car covers a distance of 400 km at a certain speed, and had the speed been 12 km per hour more, the time taken for the journey would have been 1 hour 40 minutes less. Find the original speed of the car. So here we will take, let the original speed of the car be x, and then the distance is given 400 km. So you will get the equation accordingly. When the speed being 12 km per hour more, so the time is becoming lesser. How much lesser? 1 hour and 40 minutes. So students, you have to take your speed, distance, time formulas, and using it you will make a equation of quadratic equation and then solve it using your factorization. So you will get original speed of the car in kilometer per hour. If you solve it correctly, you will get full marks, 4 marks. So I hope you will do it correctly, students, and try to do and solve by yourself without anybody's help. Thank you.